baseline of psychometric properties. Test standardization is baseline of psychometric properties of the psychological test. In this, norm is very most important. Norm is provide baseline and standard, the unit against which behavior defined, measured, and sanctioned. Some general properties of the norms of some general properties of norms. Norm can be make anything wrong and deviate. Okay. Norms can purity and destructive behavior such as war and even make honorable. Since norms vary over time and associative societies, it is impossible to define or label behavior in absolute terms. What is acceptable in one society or at one time many not be so in another societies at another time. This is norms are prescribed through society. Suppose boy is what type of dressing wear, and girl hairstyle, boy hairstyle. These are the gender orientation norms. Okay. Then also the psychological test is some baseline norms is provided. A normative sample or norms is a group of score from other people who have completed an assessment against which a respondent score on that particular assessment or the consider. Yes. Any test is we will conduct. Norms are followed. That is scored in completed assessment against which one. Individual trend to define others in terms of their observable characteristics and behavior. They make sense of the information by measuring people up against to one another, considering how people differ or similar one another, including themselves or excluding the in case we will conduct the one psychological test. Suppose age now. Age is how much age consider, what type of age include, what type of age excluded. Inclusion exclusion criteria. Psychometric assessment is a formal version of the evaluate process and involves the talking a scientific approach to qualifying the habits, trials, and characteristics of human beings. Many psychometric assessments make compromisation between people and those that do so meaningful really on normative sample. Okay? Okay. A norm represents typically level of performance for a particular group. A raw score and any psychological test alone meaningless unless there is a additional interpretation data. So the score psychological test are must be commonly interpreted by referencing to norm that representative test performance of the standardized samples. Norms are the prepared the meaningful interpret score obtained at the test, obtaining score on the test themselves, covering the measure regarding the ability and trials being the measured. It is the norm of the prescribed. Norms are empirically established by the determining what people's in a restrictive group actually do on test in order Find out more prescribable individuals accepted position. Acceptable position. Prescribed individual cooperation standardizations score are converted into the relative measures. This is directive score several to cause. They indicate an individual's relatively standing in the normative sample and facilitate evaluation performance. They provide the comparable measuring that permit a direct compromisation of the individual's performance or different tests. Type of norms. Yes, some psychological tests can be divided into four common types of depending upon the each these four scores. There are four type of norms. The four commonly drive the score are age score, gender score, percentile score, standardized score. Accordingly, there are four type of norms, gender norms, percentile norms, and standardized norms. Age equivalent norms. Age equivalent norms are defined with the average performance a representative sample of the criteria age level on the measuring certain trials abilities. For example, highest person representative sample 10 years old boys in some or one of the state. So and find out the average of the obtained height and can be determined the age now. So highest is 10 years old boys. Okay. This sample is universally age, how much age, how much height, how much weight. This is the prescribed age equivalent norm. Every ఎక్కడ చూసినా 10 years old boy అంటే and average 100 inch approximately 5 feet, 4.5 feet, or 5 feet, 4.5 to 5 feet. Weight is commonly yes, is commonly some other age group people are same height, same weight, and an average person. Okay. Disadvantage of age norms. Age norms lack of standardized and uniform in the through the period of growth, physical and psychological trials. As the point out the earlier, age norms are suitable trials are ability which the show the progressive growth with advancement of the age. For example, rate of growth of general intelligence is not uniform for all children, sometimes variety of the context. Another problem in the age norms arising the factors of the growth. Some trials are not compatible. For example, Mage, mage learning does not ordinarily take adolescent progress vocabulary in some disability students, such as situation are age norms or themselves to trials or cannot be compared. A trial like the short program version cannot be expressed term of the age norms because the trials cannot be excluded. Gender equivalent norms. Gender equivalent norms are defined as the average performance of the representative sample of certain gender or classes. The test whose the norms are being prescribed is given to the representative sample selected from each of the several aggregate classes. After that, the average performance of the each grade on the given test is determined and gender equivalent for the in between of the score and determined. Gender equivalent norms are same students, different subject, not compatible for age, gender equivalent social studies and mathematics, other studies. Gender equivalent norms assumes the students of the class and gender have more or less than similar circumstance experiences. Thus, assumption may be true and in elementary class, but maybe not be true for the higher classes. The grade equivalent norms is not suitable those subjects in which they are occurring the rapid growth in elementary class very slow growth. Percentile norm. There are most common type of norms used by psychological tests. A percentage norm indicate for each raw score percentage of the standardization sample that falls below that raw score. For sample indicate individual score is 32 on reasoning ability test and if it is a 40 of standardization sample secured below the score of 32, the individuals have percentile rank 40 or the PR rank percentage rank is 40. Percentile norms thus the provided basis on the interpreting the individual score on a test in the norm of the own standardized in the particular standardization sample. If the percentage norm is too meaningful, it should be based upon sample which has been made homogeneous with respect to age, gender, sex, occupation, and other factors. Average separatable table percentile norms, each age, gender, and sex occupation also suitable percentile in your textbook. Disassociative percentile norms. Disadvantages percentile norms. Layman as well as skilled person sometimes fail is deciphering between the percentage and percentage score, which result to confuse. But the two should not be confused because percentage is a driver for converted score usually expressed into terms of the percentage of person. Whether the percentage score is a raw score expressed in the terms of percentage items is answered allowed. Percentile norms indicate to only the person relevant person of the standardization sample. They cover nothing regarding the amount of the actual difference between score. Standard score norms. Standard score norms, a norm of which is based on the standard score is known as the standard score. The reason with the one of the need of standard score norms in a place of percentage norm is the place of percentage norm. There is unit of the score equal that they are convey the same meaning through the whole range of scale. In this standardized score norm to remove one of the serious problems of the inequality of unit common among the percentage norm. In order to understand the standard score norms, it is the first essential to know the meaning of standard score itself. Standard score, like the percentage score, is divided score. It has been a specified fixed meaning of fixed standard deviation. There are several type of standard deviation score, Z score, T score, and 10 scores. Z score. There are several types of standard scores, such as Z score and T score, and 10 score also. It is Z scores is separately gathered in a table of the distribution level and divided of the score from the meaning of expressed sigma and standard deviation, that is distribution. Unit are the referencing Z score. A Z score of the any raw score indicate whatever it how far above the score and below the meaning of the particular score lies in distribution. Since Z score are deviation of the score from the mean and are expressed in standard unit, it is the impre- imperative of meaning imperative of the mean of Z score is zero and their standard equivalent one. This is the reason why mean zero severe of the standard point organized standard with the value of become unit of movement. There any score is interpreted term of negative or positive distance, negative and positive distance from the mean. Yes, mean negative on the positive on the based on the norms. T score. Yeah. T score in this scale measurement involving Z scores. The straight point is the mean of distribution, that is zero. Mean distribution is zero. And the unit measurement is 1 sigma traveling from the zero on the scale. Both sides of may be involved the minimum plus and significant with use unit of measurement. 1 sigma may carry decline point. It is a positive and a negative. To overcome such a limit of Z scores, a more useful scale named by the T scale may be used. T scores may be defined as normalized standard scores converted into a distribution with a mean of 50 and a raw score is 10. That the shape of chart of constraint scales measurement used for the Z score in the scale of measurement from T score. The standard point is 0 is placed uh, 5. Standard below the mean is defined finish point is 100. 5 standard above the mean. The scale is the divided 100 units. In other words, scales are range is 0 to 100, with mean is 50% unit measurement. It is the T which is the 0.1 level of the Roscoe sigma and hero themselves 10 is value, 10's value. Okay. 10's, 10 score is representative scale transformation of the raw score. Yes, raw score into converted into percentage and percentile. That is the transformation. Here with are the nine categories ranging of 1 to 9. The baseline of the normal C curve, C curve is the divided into 9 units. The percentage census falling under the subdivisions are the assigned the value up to 9 for lowest to highest. Lowest to highest. In this, lowest is 1 point, highest is 9 points. If this curve is C curve, C curve is representative and an average in a midpoint of this one. The meaning of the strength scale is 5 and it is standard. 5 is standard. 1.9 the dramatic percentage of standardized scale showing the percentage of case belonging to each unit of 9-point scale and corresponding zero score is limit on baseline of the seeker. The advantages of the standard score. Standard score themselves usually same meaning of all the scores. Transformation of the raw score into standard score not changes shape characteristic that the distribution disadvantage standard score themselves. Disadvantages of standard score. The main disadvantage of the standard score is that they always assume a normal distribution, but this assumption is not made. The score cannot be interpreted as a standard proportion of the distribution calculated. Distribution calculated. Yes, yes. How to develop the norms? Developing norms is certainly very difficult task. However, 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 this difficulty can be minimized if proper step are followed development norm. The following are their important steps in development norm. Defining the target population. Yes, target population. Suppose we will develop the norms. Uh, COVID, COVID vaccine, Covishield, COVID vaccination. The COVID injection is Covishield. The age group is 40 adult, middle-aged men, men in the particular continent. Suppose in case Tirupati in Chittoor district and compared to Srikakulam or Vijayanagaram. The target population is okay, Tirupati district age group men 40 to 45 years age group people and Srikakulam population same age group 40 to 45. The vaccination of Covishield, the side effect on the within 3 months, major side effect, minor side effect. It is a difficult target population. Selecting the sample from the target population. What is the problem? We will select, we will select. The sample is suitable in case of any special category of the people like uh, old age home, old age home, paid old age homes, okay, within the period of 3 to 5 years staging, okay, alone person, single, okay, single old person, okay, his person emotionally emotional characteristics is assessed. This is the target population. Standardization condition. The standardizing conditions. The condition is the to usage of the sample particular topic in the research topic or any project work. That is the standardized group. The selecting sample of the from target group is a special category of the population. The test is interested to be used for the particular type of person or group of the person. The composition of the target group, also called normative group. Target group is normative. Normative group means study included group. Study included group. The group is determined by the integrated use the test. In this test, use the two type of experimental group or non-experimental group. Okay, this is the target population. Selecting the sample when the test construction has been defined at the target population, she proceed to select a representative sample from each of the target population and group or group to make the select sample representative of the target population. Across selection representation of the target population must be made. A cross-section representation is one in which the people from all the sections of the target population are represented. Standardizing condition of the proper interpretation. Okay. Proper interpretation test. Standardized condition, proper interpretation test. Unless condition of the test administration are standardized, value and proper compromisation of individual test score to test norms are impossible. Therefore, factors like adequate sound control and lightening, ventilation of temperature, walking the space like must be properly controlled. Above the factors like test timing, test security, all hands, the test manual directions, and assuring that the examining work on the proper test, proper proper test selection are the most important. The standardizing and conditioning workspace. Without the standardized procedure, norms cannot several as useful comparative deviations. Challenges in development norms. The concept of the norms is many challenges in the norms. Very everywhere. Of human relations of influence. Some are cultural basis, some are continental basis, some are caste basis, some are gender bias. It is the norms is developed is very challenging and also very psychological. Specifically, any psychological test norms is developed. This is social segmentation is the most problem in the gender norms development. The concept of norms can be simple and sample to construct or even choosing the good norms can be challenging. A norm should be have at least 200 candidates. Score must be calculated around the single central average score and the separate result will be needed to meaningful. Some common issues needed to addressing when the construct of the norm unclear data. We will, yes, in the collect the data, we will provide the data sheet or questionnaire through person. This person is reporting the, it is maybe sure not be clear. That why data clearance is must. Duplication, data duplication. Yes, we will conduct the group, uh, we will gather the group data. Some people are beside our backside to see same report is provided. That's why duplicating data is meant in occur to not to suitable. Age of the data. Yes. There were say many members of to express their age is high, but they express smaller age group. That's why age is not no major challenging the problem. Distraction of range. This range is social social status, financial status, educational status. These are the many age groups of the people to provide basis characteristics of the people. Arrange the data collection to develop the norms, to challenging develop the norms. More of the data get the people development sample. One topic is misplaced. Sorry. Yes. Standardized condition. And, okay. Some uh, refractive refreshment is this one. Percentage. A percentage is a method use the statistical indicating the value below which a given percentage of people in the age group of the value. In this percentage is every time is calculated 100. Percentage is calculating the present value. Present values. That is the most probable the present values. And also psychometric assessment, the referring of the standard logical methods used to measure the behavioral capacity and mental capabilities of the people. These are the psychometric property, psychometric validation, and also in the very crucial cross-sectional cross-sectional sampling. Sampling is the yes, this topic is misread. Cross-sectional sampling. Cross-sectional sampling is cross-sectional sampling. The cross-sectional sampling involves the collection data from individuals of the various ages or development level so as to study behavioral or other different among them. Yes, involve the cross-sectional. And another topic is still